If it's not this sharp, it's dull. So folks, welcome back to the channel. I just want to give you all a quick video on how I'm going to sharpen these VPA Omega single bevels that I'm going to be using this year. You don't need a jig or anything, and despite my skepticism, these things can be absolutely wicked sharp without a jig or anything. The lay flat technology that they've built into these things is definitely not a gimmick, and definitely capable of getting these things sharper than probably anything you will ever need in your quiver. I mean, they will get stupid sharp. So let's get into it. Here's what you're gonna need to get these things absolutely stupid sharp. Wet dry sandpaper, a flat surface, or you can get these little diamond plates pretty much anywhere, any flat surface basically, or flat stone. You can see this big front bevel area up here on the top. That's what's going to be, that section right there is what's going to be kind of setting your angle for you, so you don't need a jig system or something like that, which I was pretty skeptical about until I started playing around with them. So this one's been shot a bunch and it's pretty dull. Not really able to cut. And I like getting an old arrow, or this is like an old FMJ that my buddy used to have, so thanks Kemper. I use your crappy FMJ arrows now as sharpening sticks, because I like to get my stone, put it on top of my strop so I've got a little clearance on my knuckles. You're basically just going to make sure these things lay flat, like they're not rocking back and forth, and just keep consistent pressure all the way through, and you'll eventually feel, it'll just feel different. I can't really explain it, but it'll feel a lot easier to run up and down the stone. And do that on both sides, and then you'll touch up this back bevel side, and I just like to do strokes facing away from me to get rid of that burr. So again, just lay them flat on your stone and just keep even, consistent pressure on both sides. And then I'll just run the burr off of it and go to the next side. And once it starts getting close to like where you want it, basically what I'll do is I'll just go one direction with it, and whatever's easiest for you. Real light pressure here. And I'll just run it one direction until it starts feeling almost glassy, like it'll get real smooth once it starts getting close. Just remove that burr, do a couple swipes, remove the burr. Keep repeating that process for a couple minutes. And it really doesn't take that long. You'll figure it out. I mean, these things are so easy to sharpen, anybody can do it. And once you kind of get the hang of it, I kind of like to go one direction just to kind of touch them up with light pressure. And you'll start feeling once that edge is kind of set. Then I'll run backside, make sure you're flat, get the burr off, and I'll kind of flip back and forth, flip the broadhead back and forth. I'll do like 10 strokes on the main bevel side, and then just do a couple on the back and just start flip-flopping, and then, you know, count down, either do 8 or 6 or 5. Then do a couple on the back, and you're just working, you know, back and forth, get that burr to break off, and just real light pressure once you get that main edge set. Alright, so it's probably been a couple minutes here, and it's starting, oh yeah, it's starting to get sharp. I mean, I can cut paper with it, but it's still like, you can hear, I don't know if you can hear, like it's rough. It's like it'll cut paper, but it's rough. but you still need to do a little bit more to touch it up here. And the strop will take out and really polish up that edge and refine it and get rid of that real rough sounding, like it's almost like a sawing sound in that paper. Right near the end here, like before I go to a strop, I really like to do 5 on one side, then I'll do 3, then I'll count down, I'll do 4, then I'll do 2, then I'll do 3, then I'll do 1, then I'll do 2, then I'll do 1, then I'll do 1. I'll do that 3 times just to clean up that edge and kind of make sure there's no burr on it before I go to a strop. And I'll do that to both sides, obviously. You're gonna move over to your strop. This one's got 2 sides, a little rougher side and a finer side. And I've got compound on both, but basically you're just gonna do the exact same process. I'll do 10 strokes on the main side, and then on the opposite side of these I'll just do 5, and then I'll just count my way down. So then I'll do, you know, 9, 5, 8, 4, you know, so on and so forth, and then eventually you'll get down to like doing 1 stroke per side and just real light pressure. And I'll do that, maybe 5, 10, 15 times. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you can't over strop something. The more you strop, just the better that it's gonna be. So you can sit here and strop for hours if you really wanted to. So I'll do that for every broadhead that goes in my quiver. And I'll typically touch them up if they've been in a quiver, you know, for a few days, bouncing around or on and off the arrow, or on and off the bow a bunch, and you know, just general hunting with them. I'll just touch them up with a strop for 30 seconds whenever I get back from hunting, and then pop them right back in the quiver. And if you did all this right and took your time and stropped stuff out, just a thin piece of paper here, you should just be able to slice through stuff like it's not even there. I mean, I'll get the very tip of this, like not even holding on to it. Like, if you can't do that with your broadhead, then like, that's what you need. That's what you want out of a broadhead. I don't care what kind of head you shoot. If it's not this sharp, it's dull. So yeah, just quick little how to sharpen single bevels, and mainly these Omegas, especially because you don't need a jig system or anything. You can just lay them flat, touch them up on the strop, and get these things stupid sharp. So quick little video. If you want to pick some of these up, VPA's got a little discount code for anybody who uses Lawson Hunts 10. You can get 10% off your entire order at checkout. So pick you some broadheads up. Bow season's right around the corner. They got a bunch of other stuff on there that's awesome. So check them out, guys. Thanks for watching. If it's not this sharp, it's dull.